So many people speak of the American dream, but what is that really when the largest portion of U.S. citizens are struggling financially in today's society? Everyone's heard of the phrase money can't buy you happiness, but it sure helps to alleviate a lot of stress knowing that you can live comfortably and provide for your family without wondering how you're going to put food on the table and keep the bills paid. So that's what's thinking when a large percentage of our U.S. population is having difficulty just managing their day-to-day costs. The cost of living is continuing to rise and income is staying the same. The middle class has seen its wages change very little over the last decade, while high-earning individuals' incomes keep increasing. The middle class wages are a long way from catching up. Unfortunately, in today's society, these are the struggles that most of our middle class are dealing with. Middle-income wages are failing to keep up with inflation, and it's causing the middle class to spiral down quickly. The decline of the middle class is unsurprising by now. An article from the Huffington Post states that the percentage of middle-class households defined as those earning between 67 and 200% of a state's median income dropped in every U.S. state between 2000 and 2013. According to the results of a Gallup survey released earlier this year, more than half of Americans identify themselves as middle class. At the same time, the share of Americans identifying as lower or working class rose from 35% to 48%. The average household income is still lower than it was when the recession ended, and the federal minimum wage has remained at $7.25 per hour since 2009. The New York Times states that younger households have borne the brunt of the slowdown. Those headed by people aged 30 through 44 are more likely to be lower income and less likely to be middle income than in 2000. Older households have done much better, with more people working into their late 60s and wages rising for older workers. Households headed by people 65 and older are now more likely to be middle or upper class than in the past. Middle-class families are struggling to pay for housing, health care, higher education, and retirement. The average middle-class income is $53,000. The hypothetical family has 2 kids and lives in a home worth $250,000. Their core expenses include a mortgage payment, property taxes, home maintenance, utilities, bills, car notes, auto insurance, and an average of $575 in groceries a week. That comes to $190,000 a year. Factor in those expenses plus vacations, restaurants, and entertainment, and the family is even breaking even. Because so many middle-class citizens are struggling financially, they are having to find creative ways to survive and cope. Middle-class families are living paycheck to paycheck. College degree is a necessity now, and even those families who make a decent salary are still not making enough to secure their retirement funds or their children's college funds. Families are buying Christmas gifts in discount stores. More individuals are rooming together to combine income just so they can afford to cover their rent or mortgage and still pay for their utilities and other living expenses. Families are cutting out their cable completely because the monthly bill on top of everything else they have to pay is just too much to bear. For those citizens that do have retirement funds, those funds are slowly being depleted because they are having to take them once or twice a year to help cover their mortgage in any given particular month. There are a variety of reasons why the middle class is under so much financial strain. One is because the cost of maintaining a middle class standard of living is increasing rapidly. Another is because due to outsourcing, there has been a serious lack of employment in occupations over the last decade. Also, our future lies in a high-tech information-based economy, thus causing numerous shutdowns of several factories in our country. These reasons are just a few out of many that are the cause of the strain that's being put on our country's middle-class citizens. The growing cost of living is exceeding middle-class incomes, which have been stagnant for over a decade now. causing our country's middle class to sink financially. Unfortunately, in today's world, it is not uncommon for adults to depend on their parents for financial support. The days of hoping your children are more financially independent than you are subsiding. In this day and age, a college degree doesn't even promise you a substantial salary. An opportunity is what America is supposed to be about. So what does that say about our country if so many of our citizens are still searching for that opportunity?